He's like, I've been sitting out here for a little while and everyone just kept passing me by, and I was just thinking, I really want someone to come talk to me.
Your voice, it thunders. The oaks start drifting.
So here in New York this year, we have been using Shema statements as a team, and our leadership here has challenged each of us to be using them, especially at the beginning of the year, saying, this week, go out and make 5 or 10 Shema statements with strangers.
From the depths a song is rising.
So what Shema really is just testifying to the works of the Lord in your life. Shema statements are based out of Deuteronomy chapter 6, where the command is given to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And to write this command in your house, on your doorposts, talk about it inside your house with your kids, on the path, wherever you go, essentially. So what he is saying is that may this love of God be on your person. May it be everything that you're about. So this comes out in your life, out in your speech, and in everything you do, so the whole world sees who you're about and what you're about.
Your voice, it thunders.
Basically, witnessing to people about the works of God in your life, and that could take place in a conversation where you tell them a story that you've learned in the Bible, or something that God has done in your life, or just basically something simple like, thank God for the wind today, it's hot out. So living out loud is vocalizing the works of God in your life, essentially.
One of my favorite Shema statements to use was to ask someone, is there something that I can pray for you about? Maybe just telling them, I'm a person who loves God, and is there anything I can pray for you about this week?
Have you had any dreams, any significant dreams?
If God could do a miracle in your life in the next 24 hours, what would it be? I'm going to be talking to the creator of the universe, who controls all things. What can I ask him for you?
All creatures of our God and King.
One example, some friends of mine who are fasting during Ramadan, I was discussing with them, what Ramadan is, etc. And asked, how can I be praying for you guys during this time of prayer and fasting? And he really just kind of sat back in his chair, and that opened up conversations for spiritual conversation.
With international students here, and he was like, oh, I'm an international student. And he was like, well, I don't go to Columbia, but I'm here for like a month. I've got a break from school. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I help them with their conversational English, and I also study the Bible with students who just want to learn more about the Bible. What does it say, and who is God, who's Jesus? He was like, whoa, I'm interested in the Bible. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, it's and so we were sat there talking for like 2 hours, and it was just this great conversation. And I got to share my story with him, got to share the gospel with him. And I used the bridge illustration, just how, where there's this gap between us and God, and how Jesus comes and fills it up and brings us to God. He said, thank you so much for coming over and talking to me. I was just sitting here thinking, I wish someone would come talk to me. He's like, I've been sitting out here for a little while and everyone just kept passing me by, and I was just thinking, I really want someone to come talk to me. And then you came and sat down next to me, and we've been talking, for an hour and a half.
I just want to encourage you to consider building Shema statements into your life in some way. Maybe find a friend, or with your small group, challenge each other to go out and make even just one Shema statement this week with a stranger that you don't know. And I think you'll see that it helps you to be more open about your faith. And it can be hard. It's hard for me still, but it has helped me to be more open about Jesus, and it may lead to some great discussions with people that you've never met before.
So I want to invite you to practice Shema statements and really think about ways you can proclaim the goodness of God and proclaim the testimony of God in your life as you walk day to day, and challenge each other to do it. Just try it once, maybe one a day or one a week. Just take that first step, and as you do it, you'll get better. It's uncomfortable at first, trust me. It's not something that we're used to doing, but as you do it, you find yourself finding open doors to share the goodness of God and testimonies of God in your life.
Talking to his disciples, and he says, you say that the harvest is in 3 or 4 months more, but I say open your eyes. The harvest it's ripe, it's ready. The fields are white for harvest. And what that tells us is there is a harvest to be harvested, and it's not in 3 or 4 months, but it's like right now in front of our eyes. Right now, God is at work